Hello fam. So, a lot of people have asked me, can you record drums with one microphone? I mean, I already record the drums just with two microphones, and I feel like that's better, but enough people have asked that I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna do the one microphone recording technique on a track, and this is the perfect opportunity to use this. The Warm Audio WA-MPX tube preamp. The Warm Audio WA-MPX single channel tube preamp. Let's just explore this thing. I have only 1 hour to do this. Can we do this whole track in 1 hour? Let's try, here we go. It is an absolute disaster. I should have mentioned, part of that time is gonna be dedicated to just wiring this thing because I never finished. I got the black lung. That's just cool. You need one of these, man. Woo! The best thing about this thing is it's got the VU meter, the dial. That's what you want. I learned more about this machine watching an interview with the owner of Warm Audio than I did from the manual, which is what I like. What he was saying is the tone knob is actually an impedance knob. But the point is, flip the knob and see what you get. What I think is cool about this thing is that there's all these different things that can change your tone, you know, high gain, tone, tape saturations, low cuts, high cuts. And you just tweak them and you can combine them to see what will sound good. Ideally, I've never used the machine. Sorry that it's so dirty in here. I'm in the middle of like 4 projects at once. So basically, the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna monitor with cans and I'm just gonna use a 57 and I'm gonna see what a good spot is. I was thinking about using a different mic, like maybe the SM7B, and maybe I still will, but you know, I just love the SM57 on drums. I even love the SM57 on the kick. I've got the cans on and I'm monitoring. Actually, right where it's pointing right now sounds kind of good. In case you're new to my channel, I do have some experience with different types of tape machine, both reel-to-reel and cassette. Even without hitting the tape saturation switch, which I'm afraid to hit, I think it's just way too much drive based on a couple tests. Just the high gain knob and just lightly tapping, getting a little bit of preamp gain between the saturation and the attenuator. Yeah, it does sound like, it sounds like tape drive. I mean, it was just my one listen with a pair of cans. I didn't do a direct shootout against tape, but that's the impression that I get right off the bat, even without hitting that tape switch. Now that I'm doing this one mic drum technique, I think it sounds good if you're doing like a Motown thing or like a Led Zeppelin thing. You need that space, you want the drums to be pushed back, or you're trying to smash it. It's just only those two sounds. It's driving the track I'm gonna make in a certain direction because the sound is so specific, and it just reminds me of back in the day when I started recording and I only had one mic. Sure. I don't want to pull back the gain too much because we're not really going to hear the character of the preamp otherwise, so we're going to push it a bit more. And by the way, if you're a one-man producer like I am, it's good to be in a situation where it's like a circle situation where everything is close, because at the end of a track, I can reach over and turn down like the click, right? I can turn down the click, I can reach and make decisions on the fly. So to have my preamps here, computer here, drums there, tape machine, everything I need right here is really, really handy. I recommend this if you're trying to work fast and you have deadlines. Now I'm going to use this MXL 990. It's a cheap microphone, basically, condenser. And there is phantom power on this guy. So we're gonna use phantom power. Huh. What the hell is that sound? I don't know what that is. Let me figure out what that sound is. There's this thumping sound. It sounds like this. I thought I would be able to get this thing done in an hour, but other stuff happened. So anyways, we're back on track. Just so you can get a ganders at this horrible mess I got going on here. Going instrument in. Oh, instrument. I just want to drive this unit. I wonder if this is just a bad cable. This cable has been giving me grief. Different cable. I am feeling creatively blocked. I typically try not to let this SHIT happen to me, but it happens to us all. I'm using a SM7B, which is really weird, on acoustic guitar. Little experiment we got going on here. I'm getting to the point where like gear issues are just cock blocking the music. It's like this confusing thing where everyone knows it's all about the music, but all we care about is hearing about the gear But more gear, more problems. It's the same thing. I'm spending hours f***ed up about all these gear issues. It's like obsessing me, and it's just really getting in the way. So I think my recommendation is just to dial your sounds and stop messing with the ingredients. Just leave your sounds.
I cannot get anything done with this much crap. I can't walk.
I need to clear it out. So I'm cleaning the place so I can actually focus on work. Now I can be creative again. You're better off not using these type of headphones when you're recording anything. You're better off using in-ear, like any cheap monitors that go inside your ears. Like you can get them for 20 bucks on Amazon. That way you don't get the headphone bleed. It's so hard not to get confused and disoriented by the visual representations when you're using a computer to mix things. That's what I really learned from the Tascam 388, was just to close my eyes and just sweep and just listen for the best sound. The EQ that I had to put to make these drums actually sound right was really, really drastic. When you see it, you're gonna be like, what the hell? That's a really severe EQ, and just by looking at it, it looks like that's way too much, but that sounded best to me. Just now we're rocking the 1960s Vibrolux reverb, tube reverb. So final thoughts, yeah, I mean, the drums ended up actually sounding really cool to me. The dirt is all out in the real world. It's just the real analog dirt, and all I applied was just that crazy EQ and a little bit of parallel compression. Single microphone is definitely something you can do. You might even have good luck with like a ribbon mic and let the drums sit back a little bit with a little bit of compression. A lot of old recordings were made with just, you know, a single drum mic further back, not the way I did it. So that might be an experiment for another day. Full disclosure, there's something up with either my unit or the power in the barn. Maybe some conditioning stuff, we're not really sure. But the tones that I captured on drum sounded, you know, really nice. The newer companies that have like great tech support, it just puts you at ease more than buying like a really old Tascam unit where there's no Tascam support anymore, right? I don't really know what's going on, but we're gonna get it looked at and there'll be like an update to this. Yeah, I just wanted to just mention that. Cool.